Okay, so earlier this week, we talked about how to legally bury your pet in your backyard, okay? So now let's talk about Uncle Ed. Can you bury Uncle Ed in your backyard? Well, the answer is maybe, okay? If you live in a city or a suburb, no, you're not gonna be able to do it. It's not technically illegal if you follow all the rules, but you're just not gonna be able to do it. So find an existing cemetery and go with that. But if you live on rural property or you own rural property, the answer is maybe, but you're gonna need to think about 4 things. Number 1, you're gonna need to have Uncle Ed declared legally dead, okay, by a physician or by a medical examiner. You can't, if he dies at home, you can't just go over to him and be like, yeah, he looks gone, let's bury him. You need to have a doctor declare him, and then that gets you a death certificate as well. The second thing is you need to be prepared to handle the body appropriately and legally, okay? And that means either burying him pretty immediately or refrigerating him. It's the law, okay? I don't know if you have a big freezer in the garage for the deer meat or whatever, you know, you do you on that, whatever, just refrigerate. And the third thing is you need to make sure that your land qualifies as somewhere that you can establish a new burial site. And that basically means, you know, for instance, in Texas where I live, the law is you can't bury someone within 5 miles of the city limits, give or take, depending on the size of the city, but think 5 miles. So you have to be at least that far out on your rural property. And you need to think about not burying someone near a well or your neighbor's property line or the sewer system or in a floodplain, things like that. Take all that stuff into consideration as well. And then 4th, you need to realize that you're creating a new cemetery, essentially. And that has implications for when you sell your house, okay? Number 1, you gotta disclose that you've buried someone on the property. And number 2, you may have just given family members legal rights to come and go and visit Uncle Ed even after you've sold the property. And the buyer may be like, I don't know about that, you know? So you need to take all that into consideration. And by the way, you're gonna need to make sure that the burial plot is noted in the land records, because you don't want this new buyer accidentally digging Uncle Ed up if they're like installing a new swimming pool or something. Okay? Okay, so follow me for more legal nuggets.